Hey guys, it's Angie here from Arty All the Time, coming to you from my backyard studio today. Just wanted to let you know that we're about to paint a bunny. We're going to be using some sponges, something a little bit different today, and I hope you guys can join me. We have a door hanger that is shaped like a bunny. It's going to be super cute, so have a seat, and if you've got the particular materials that you need, then let's get started. So I've got some of this that I brought home from the shop. And we're going to start out with a white base coat. So you're just going to open up your base coat and we're going to paint all over the top of our bunny. I don't even think we're going to need that guy for right now. So we're just going to paint all of our bunny in white to start out with. Now, if you want to use a different color for your base coat, that's fine. It doesn't matter a bit to me, whatever you want your bunny to look like. But what I am going to do is I'm going to start out by painting my edges. So I'm going to paint my edges first. If you have a glass door that you are going to be hanging your bunny on, you might want to paint both sides. My doors are glass, but I may hang this guy on a different door, or I might hang him in the house. So I think I'm just going to paint one side for now. If I need to do a different kind of tutorial, I'll paint the other side a different way. So I'm going to paint all of my edges first. Well, that was great. Just because I feel like it looks better when you do it that way, just because sometimes it comes over on the top and I can kind of smooth it out a little bit better whenever I'm doing that. So I'm going to paint all of my edges first. All around. Maybe I'll do a Facebook Live for the other side. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, so got most of that guy. Go around this way. I'll tell you what, all this coronavirus stuff is starting to get a little more scary than I had thought originally it was going to be. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to go anywhere anymore. Today we did the parade and we drove around and saw the kids, and that was super cool, but I think I'm done being out for now. I'm telling you, it's just too much. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to look up, see if you're there with me. But like I said, I'm just painting the edges first. So once you've done all that, you can lay your bunny back down. And this is my table that I've got out in my arts and crafts room. So it's kind of messed up on the top anyway. But I went ahead and laid down a piece of foam core board just to kind of keep it from getting even worse. It's always good to protect your tabletop, especially if you're painting on your kitchen table. Make sure you can lay down a piece of plastic. Maybe if you don't have a plastic tablecloth, maybe you can just get some saran wrap and lay it over the top of where you're painting. That works pretty good sometimes, especially if you've got that kind that's the real sticky kind. What is that called? I can't think of it. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. It's the real sticky kind. That's the only kind that works really very well. That's always good to put down. I like to put that on my palettes sometimes. That way I can just pull them off and get started. Now listen, your layer on the bottom does not have to be perfect by any means, because you're going to be painting over the top of it. So I'm going to go ahead and paint all of it. I mean, I want it to be covered, but it doesn't matter if like some of your brush strokes are not perfect, because they're not going to show up anyway. Your sponge painting is going to be is going to be covering most of what you would see as the base coat. And you'd be surprised, it doesn't take very much paint at all to do this. So you're going to have more than enough paint in your little cups that I gave you if you bought the kit. If you need a kit, I've got a few more left. If you want to paint a bunny, that's cool too. I can probably fix you up. I think I have 3 bunnies left, maybe. Not sure. But I have lots of circles and squares and let's see, like those scallopy shapes. Maybe we'll do another class where I paint on one of those and I'll give you like a pattern or something. That'd be kind of fun. So we're going to go ahead, finish this. Okay, so what we're going to do is let that dry for a few minutes. If I had my hairdryer, I would turn my hairdryer on, but I don't. So we're just going to stop for just a minute and we'll come back in just a few minutes. Now this is my little handy dandy brush cleaner. It's pretty cool. It's got little ridges on the bottom that I can go back and forth and clean off my brush. I thought that was pretty groovy. Okay, so I'm going to be using, I think I'm going to do some yellow and green just to see what it looks like, and my brush. Now, we're going to pretend like this is dry. It's not. You can probably use a hairdryer and dry yours a little bit better, but I'm just going to see what it looks like because I think it might be kind of cool for the colors to blend a little bit. So I'm going to start out with some yellow paint, and I'm going to put it, this is just a meat tray that I had a few of these. My sister Ashley gave me a bunch of meat trays, so that was pretty cool. And so I'm going to put them to good use. Now, I'm going to start out by taking my sponge. I'll put this here where you can see it a little bit better. And I'm just going to dab some paint onto the end of my sponge like this. And I'm going to just start dabbing all over the top of my bunny. Now, if you'll notice, I'm kind of moving my sponge around. I don't want it to all be in the same place. And I don't want it to have the same pattern all over. I want it to kind of have a variance of different little, where the spots are and stuff. That yellow is so pretty, it looks so happy. And I kind of like how it's blending with the white. I'm giving it a neat texture. It kind of looks like my daffodils that I had. Now there's some kind of goopy something on there. What is that? I don't know what that was. But anyway, let's dab some more over the top. There's probably some fuzz I've got flying around in here. So we're going to dab all over. And like I said, it's not going to take much. Now you're going to have to be really careful though when you're mixing your colors, because if you mix 2 colors that are not, sometimes that are not, I don't want to say complementary because you're probably not going to be picking complementary colors, but if, like, let's say purple and red, you don't really want to mix those colors because they might end up looking muddy. So what you really want to do is kind of pick analogous colors that are beside each other on the color wheel, maybe, that are not too far from matching. I'll get a little bit of extra off. So the colors that are like red and orange are beside each other on the color wheel, and you know, blue and green, or it goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. But anyway, I'm going to go around and I'm going to keep doing my little edges. And you can see I got a little bit too much on that part. That's okay, I can kind of smooth it out a little bit. Now, forgot to kind of move it around. Let's move it around a little bit. Pounce, pounce, pounce. Okay, now next what I'm going to do, a little bit more on there like that. I'm going to do my edge of my bunny. That way when you see it from the side, it's got color on it too. Because I don't want it to be where just part of it has the color. I want you to be able to see it from each edge. And like I said, if you have a glass front door or like a glass storm door or one of those real pretty ones with the ovals or the panes of glass, you want to be sure to paint the back too so it looks pretty from the inside. So what I would do is I would paint all of one side first, make sure it's dry, maybe even let it dry overnight just so you don't have to worry about it sticking to anything. And then the next day, maybe do the other side, just so it looks nice. Okay, so I've gone around my edges. Now, get a little bit more yellow, a little bit more right there. Going around. All right, now what I want to do, I'm not sure what happened right there. There's some kind of weird something going on right there. I'm gonna cover that up a little bit. I'll put some green on there in a second just to make sure. All right, so I'm gonna put the top back on my yellow. You're probably gonna have plenty of paint left over to do another project, so we're just gonna put that over to the side for the next thing I get ready to do. Now I'm gonna pour a little bit of green out onto my tray. All right, now, then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm not even gonna wash out my sponge. I'm just gonna take my green. I'm just gonna kind of add some back in. And I'm gonna try to remember to kind of go around and do the different edges and stuff. Now don't forget, you want to kind of use your other color too around your edges. You don't have to do as much with it if you don't want to, but I want to kind of add some of my green around my edges also, so it blends. Here so I can kind of and I like the way some of the white still is showing through. Not a whole lot, just enough to kind of give it some more depth. Kind of reminds me of like an impressionist painting or something like that. I think he looks happy and pretty. I like those colors together. But like I said, I wouldn't mix, you know, like pink and blue together probably. I would probably mix like a green and blue would probably be pretty. Or a red and orange if you wanted to have a really bright bunny on the front door. Pink and red together would be pretty. Or pink and white. And like a dark, like a fuchsia pink and like a light pink and a fuchsia, like a really bright pink and then a light pink with it. That'd be pretty. If you have a fuchsia color, you can just mix in some white to make a tint of that. That would be really pretty. Okay, I'm liking the way this looks. Okay. Now, here's the thing. If you've gotten a lot on there and you think it's too much, you can always go back with the white. So let's say that I thought I had too much color in it, which I really don't, but just for, you know. playing devil's advocate here. Let's say I thought I had too much color. All I would have to do is put some white on here and just kind of dab some white back in there with it if I wanted to. If you want to kind of highlight it a little bit, you can. Don't forget to kind of move your thing around. And the more that you put on there, or the more that you dab it, the softer it's going to get. So if you want it to really look soft, you would just keep pouncing on there with the white. And you can kind of see how it all blends. And then, you know, go from there. So I'm going to add a little bit more. I think that looks really pretty and soft. So I'm going to add a little bit more to the white on my bunny. And kind of blend it around. Just because I think he looks happy like that. I like that. A little bit more. Now here's the thing. If you're at home and you're with your buddies, maybe watching this on Zoom or something like that, if you wanted to try some different techniques, I think that's awesome. You do not have to do your bunny like I did my bunny. You might want to paint him where he looks like a farmhouse style, or maybe you want him to look aged a little bit or something like that. Maybe put some sort of a dark glaze on there. Guys, it's your bunny. You make it however you want to do. I'll tell you, just like I tell my kids at school, it's your creation. You can do whatever you want. No one can tell you what to do. If you like it one way, then do it like that. Don't worry about what anybody else has to say about it. It's none of their business. You do what you like because it's yours and you make it your personality. Don't worry about anybody else's. Okay, so here we go. Let's spin this around. Super cute. I think it's super cute anyway. And once I get my bow around his neck, I think that'll be cute. I think most of them I've drilled holes in them that have a hanger. So if you want to put a bow right here, that would work. Or if you wanted to, you know, hot glue a bow around his neck with some flowers sticking out, that would be really cute. Like the lavender that I had on some of them. I think even maybe some dogwood would look really cute if you had, like, you know, some sprigs of it coming out from each side. So guys, I hope you've had fun. I have really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a great evening and be safe and be well. Bye.